All right, guys, it is March 30th, Team Simply Beautiful call, and I'm so excited to see all your faces tonight. We have the pleasure of hearing from one of my very good friends and one of my mentors, I should call her. She has been in the business for about 2 months longer than me, and she and I have clicked very, very well. She's been such a huge inspiration in my life. But before I hand it over to her, I have a couple things that I want to talk to you guys about very quickly. First off, if you guys applied for the Elite New Coach Mentorship, those congratulations and acceptance emails have gone out today. So make sure that you request to be put into that group. You should have gotten some directions on how to do that. I think I saw a bunch of you pop up in there, but I think there are some that still have not got in there. So make sure you get in there and you introduce yourself to the group. Again, that training is going to be huge for you, especially for our brand new coaches that are just learning and ready to launch their business. So make sure you guys are in there. It's going to be super, super exciting stuff. Second off, I have an announcement to make. And for my veteran coaches, this is going to be a little bit of separation anxiety for you all. But I have decided that from here on out, I'm only going to be running challenge groups with the new coaches. This team is growing very, very quickly, and I need to be putting my focus with our brand new coaches and helping them launch challenge groups every single month. So this is me telling you to spread your wings and fly. I love you all so much, and I want you guys to team up, and I want you all are leaders. So make sure that you are teaming up together to run a challenge group. Post on the team page, team up together, and get yourselves ready for a challenge group in April. But if you are a brand new coach that signed up last month, then you will be an apprentice in the April 11th group with me. We're all going to run it together, so all of your challengers can go in there. So if you're a brand new coach, I'm going to show you exactly how challenge groups are ran. And then again, after that, I will let you spread your wings and fly, and you guys will run your own too. So I just wanted to let you guys know that ahead of time. Again, that's not me saying that I don't want to run challenge groups with you anymore. That's just me saying that I seem to be putting the focus with the new coaches. And if you have new coaches on your team, I highly, highly, highly encourage you to do the same thing with your brand new coaches. Bring them on with you, help them run a challenge group. But again, you're all leaders. Partner up together and run one for your guys' self. Next, I want to do rank advancements and introduce some new coaches on our team. If anybody wants to shout out a new coach, please unmute yourself and do so. But I'm just going to go through my little boxes right now and shout out all the coaches that came on in March. And I see Mel, obviously brand new coach. I have Lindsay, Angela, Whitney. There's Whitney. And then we also had Emily, who's not in the call right now, but 5 new coaches right there. If anybody wants to introduce any of their new coaches, feel free to. Please do that too. So our team's growing so fast. I think we just hit over like 40 people on our team page today, which was super exciting. And Erica is popping diamond tomorrow. Yay! She fast tracked. She did it in 3 months on the dot. She signed up with me on December 31st and is popping diamond tomorrow. So I just want to shout out, congratulations, Erica. Such a freaking huge accomplishment. So, so proud of you and your team. I have no words. I have no words for what she has done. And I'm looking forward to saying the same thing about a lot of other people on this call, because a lot of you are very, very close to accomplishing the same thing. Next thing before I hand it over to Rachel is this. So you guys know, and I preach it into your lives all the time. Success Club. This is where we are sitting right now. Everybody. We have a lot of people that have locked it in, but look at all the people literally just 1 to 2 people away. We are so close to doing that. Everybody is so, so close. And I know that a lot of you are still pushing. This is what I wanted to say about this today. Don't give up. Please don't give up. You have so much time to make this happen for the rest of this month. I have to say that I have seen incredible things happen on this team in the past 2 months, and I've seen so much exciting stuff happen. And I know for a fact that every single one of you can hit Success Club. Every single one of you. And I'm so proud of the ones that have already locked it in, but the ones that are still pushing, keep pushing. Keep pushing. Do not stop. And if any of you that have locked it in have any words of advice to our team, please put it in the chat box. Guys, you guys can do this. I have a couple tips for you for pushing for Success Club if you're still doing so or not. One is the spouse account. If you guys have not signed up your spouse yet, that is an easy 2 points. Easy 2 points. Make sure you're reaching out and following up with every single person from the month before, letting them know, obviously, that you have an upcoming challenge group. Next one, tell yourself you're going to do it. If you are sitting there right now and you've counted yourself out, that's a serious problem. We're in this business to continue helping people. Hitting Success Club means that we're helping people. So make sure that you are still pushing. Tell yourself, wake up tomorrow morning, as corny as it sounds, and look in the mirror and say, I'm going to hit Success Club today. Go after this call and look in the mirror and say, you're going to hit Success Club tonight. Whatever it takes, hit Success Club, because that means you're doing your job. And last but not least, make a challenge group post. I mean, especially new coaches, you're going to be running that group with me on April 11th. Right now is the best time to make your challenge group post. Every single person that likes it, that is free game to invite them to your challenge group. Invite them to your challenge group. And here's the cool thing. Your prize this month is the Beachbody Performance Sampler Pack. If you hit Success Club, give it away. I mean, when I'm getting that thing and I'm literally giving that to a challenger that just gets it, like wins it or something. Give it away. Offer it as a promotion. Do a $10 gift card to Starbucks, whatever. Offer them something. People like prizes and stuff like that. That's an easy way to get people on. So those are my tips for pushing for Success Club in the last 48 hours. I mean, for me personally, when I know that I need to hit Success Club, that means just talking to more people. That's all it means. Talk to more people and you guys will seriously do it. So that's enough with me. I'm going to pass it over to Rachel now. I'm going to introduce our guest speaker. Rachel is a 3-star diamond. She's a Success Club 5 All-Star. And Rachel is a 6-figure earner, and she's done it in 2 years. And the reason I asked Rachel to talk on the call tonight was not because I wanted her to just throw all these numbers out at you guys and show you guys that I want her to show you what she's accomplished, but I want you to see how she did it. Everybody thinks that when it comes to building a 6-figure business that you have 57 to 100 to 200 coaches underneath of you. And you have people, and that's not the case. And Rachel shows that. I got to sit down next to her on the cruise, and that's where we both really connected. And the funny thing that I've learned about me and Rachel is we both run our businesses very, very differently. But we learned so much from each other. I learned so much from her every single day. And I know tonight you guys are going to learn a lot from somebody who has done it right. She's made sacrifices. She's done a lot to get to where she is today. So I'm going to pass the torch over to you, Rachel. Thank you so much for doing this. And I have my pen and paper ready to hear from you.
Thank you so much. That was a really sweet and kind introduction. I just have to say a couple disclaimers before I actually get started. So first, I just walked out of the shower. I was thinking about, getting myself all dolled up for you guys because I wanted to impress you guys a little bit, but I'm not. And this is me. This is the real person. This is how I look 95% of the time. And what tonight's call is going to be really real. So why not just bring it? My hair is soaking wet. So second thing, my husband's currently away right now. So my dogs are on super high alert. So if they, for some reason, hear a really loud noise, they're going to bark. And I apologize. I'll mute my line as fast as possible, but it will be really piercing and loud. So I'm sorry if that happens. I can't control that. The third thing, I want to just take a second, guys, and congratulate each and every single one of you for being on this call. Don't take this that it's just something that happens. Be proud of yourself for showing up, because Kelsey just said there's 40 people in your team page. 40 people are not on this call right now. So the ones that are showing up, the ones that are putting in the effort and, being here, being present, listening to someone they have no idea who they're talking, who I am, that shows something. And that says something a lot about who you are. So, give yourself a freaking pat on the back, because the people that show up are the people that I promise will continue to move forward and move their businesses forward. So don't take this lightly. I always, whenever I first started team calls, I thought of it as if I was at a Fortune 500 company and my CEO is calling a meeting every week to talk about the business on how I personally can be better. Treat these calls exactly like that. I want you guys to realize Kelsey is a freaking badass coach. And I want you guys to wake up every single day and be grateful that she is your upline, because I have been able and fortunate enough to kind of see her grow from the outside looking in. I saw her when she first started. I saw her first month. I saw her first year of this business. I saw her ups and I saw her downs. I got to see it all, and I got to, hear from it. So what she's done this past year alone, guys, is something a lot of coaches in this company and network still are trying to figure out. So, be grateful that you have her up as an upline, and know that she's taking you guys to the freaking top. And if she's not already there, like, she's going even further. So I wanted to say that, because I think that's really important too. A lot of people sometimes, will just say, oh, she's my upline. Oh, it is who it is. There's people higher than her. Sure, there's people higher than her, but you know what? She's kicking her butt right now. So be really proud of that. Tell her, I don't know if anyone tells her, but tell her how good of a job she's doing, because she's killing it. Okay, so to tell you guys a little bit about my story and, a little bit about myself, my background, just so you can kind of understand who I am, where I came from, because the person I was, years ago is not the same person that I am today. And I think that's really important. And I do also have my numbers. If you guys want to see it, I will be more than happy to share them with you. I know as a newer coach, seeing the potential and seeing numbers in the company from coaches that have been in a little bit longer than I have was something that really freaking motivated me. So I'll be more than happy to share that with you if you'd like. So who is Rachel talking? Like, who am I, right? I'm just going to give you I'm just going to give you a little background about myself. I'm the youngest out of 4. In 2009, I decided to apply to colleges, and I'm from New Hampshire, so let me just say that. And I went to college in New Hampshire. So in 2009, I applied to colleges in Maryland. I found a job in Maryland, a waitressing job. I waitressed basically my entire college career. And I found an apartment to live in. And I also withdrew from my school in New Hampshire. And then I went home and told my parents that I just did all of that. So you can, oh, that's badass. We'll talk after. So you can only imagine how how pissed my parents were when I told them all of that information at once. Like, they thought I was absolutely crazy. They thought I was kidding and playing a sick joke with them. And I was, just like, no, I'm leaving at the end of summer. So that's how it's going to be. And I was moving for love. My boyfriend at the time, who's now my husband, wasn't going to school in Maryland. So, I made the courageous decision. We talked about it, that I would go down there, but I knew my parents weren't going to let me go. So I kind of went behind their back and just did it on my own. And that's actually the kind of person I am. I still do that to this day, where if I want something bad enough, I'll just do it regardless of what other people say or think. So going back again, we got married in 2012. He was just getting into his military career, and I had no idea what I was going to do. I had a college degree. We were moving to our first state, Virginia. We knew we were only going to be there for 6 to 9 months. So, I wasn't trying to really find that career job, because I would just have to move again. So I actually became a substitute teacher at the age of 23. I wanted nothing to do with kids at that time. I often got mistaked as a high schooler myself at 23, which was really frustrating. You can only imagine how high school kids would have treated me. I looked like I was younger than half of the kids there. So that wasn't fun. I hated that, actually. And then we did another move to North Carolina, which is where we currently are, and it's where we've been the longest. And I knew I didn't want to waitress, and I knew I didn't want to substitute, but I didn't know what else I wanted to do, because, the time of being here is always up in the air for military. So I was applying to jobs. I applied to 3 jobs every single day for about 4 months with my college degree, and I didn't hear back from one single place. You could only imagine what that does to one's soul. because you immediately start doubting yourself. You immediately start, saying you're not good enough. Why aren't these places, hiring me? Why is no one even calling me back? Is my resume not good? Like all of these fears and doubts just completely set into you. And then that's when kind of, the overeating came. I was just miserable with my life. I was so unhappy. I was so judgmental towards everybody. I hated the world, basically. So then in December of 2013 was my first experience with Beachbody. My upline, who is Liz Harkey, she friend requested me on Facebook. I had no idea who she was. We had like 250 mutual friends in common. So I was like, yeah, whatever, like I'll accept her. I don't know who the hell she is. She ends up, posting on Facebook, and I see her post, and she wrote something about like, what do you struggle with most, nutrition or fitness? And at that point in my life, I sucked at eating food, because what I was constantly doing was following, Instagram celebrities in like bodybuilders or bikini competitors. And I was seeing what they were eating, and then I thought like that's what I had to eat in order to obtain that body. Like just so wrong, so skewed how the way you should think about food. So I reached out to Liz and I said, hey, like I need help with my nutrition. Can you help me? I said no to her. I don't know if a lot of people know that, but I said no because I didn't have income. I couldn't afford the challenge pack. We were up to our ears in debt, like maxed out credit cards, nothing. Oh, sorry. I get so distracted by that chat box. So if you see me like stupidly pause, I'm like, moving forward. So I said no. So I was like, I can't afford it. My husband, we're living off of one income. Guys, we were living paycheck to paycheck at that point in time. It was stressful for us. We were in our first or second year of marriage. It's supposed to be happy, fun, go loving. You still have the butterflies, like still in the honeymoon phase, all this stuff. And it was hell for my husband coming home to me, because he didn't know if he was going to get like the loving wife that he married, or if he was going to get this crazy monster person who was just stressed out all the time, because I felt like I had no purpose. I had no passion. So in January, Liz had followed up with me, and that's when she presented the coaching opportunity to me. So it was kind of a no-brainer. This is where that mentality of I really liked what she had to say, so I was kind of just going to do it. Obviously I had, I got my husband's blessings with it, but I put it on my credit card. I put us in more debt with this business. And I made a promise to him, and I made a promise to myself that I was going to do something with this business. So I signed up in January. 3 weeks later, I have no idea what I'm doing, and I'm posting on social media, things start happening. And I set a really big goal for myself. And I really want to talk about this because I think so many people have this goal confused, or, whatever. So my very first goal in this business was getting myself to diamond. And I want to explain the importance of getting to diamond, because initially the first goal is getting yourself to emerald. But in order to go any further in this business, guys, you have to get to diamond. And it's not like you don't get to diamond and you stop. That is actually the starting line of your business. You get to diamond, you never fall out of rank, because you build insurance underneath yourself. So what does that mean? That means that you don't just have 2 coaches on each leg working the business. That means you have at least, 1 on each leg. That means that you have 2 on each leg is building insurance. That means you're building a team of your own. As soon as I hit diamond in my business, it took me 4 months to do it. So if some of you are just starting on, and let me just say this, I've seen people do it. I think Kelsey did it shorter than I did. No. Kelsey's upline actually hit it before I hit diamond, which is one of my coaches. And I've seen people do it in 2 weeks. So if wherever you're at in your business, if you have that misconception in your head that it's hard, or that you can't do it, or that you think it's this far goal away from, like so far away that it's going to take you an entire year to get there, get that out of your head, because that's the biggest thing stopping you from achieving diamond. And we're not telling you to get to diamond just to, rank advance your upline. We're telling you to get to diamond because in order for you to ever grow further in this business is you have to be able to take everything that you've learned and apply that to your coaches, help mentor your coaches, help lead your coaches and your team. So for me, my first goal was to get to diamond, and I did it. And it was incredible. I was so freaking excited. But that's the starting line, guys. And that's really, when you can kind of take things to the next level. Because like I said, in order for you to get to any star diamond levels, you have to be able to have that power of the duplication. You have to teach your coaches how you got there, literally step by step, match their level of consistency, understand how they, the color code, if any of you have done that, the personality test, figure out their personalities. So I really, really wanted to explain that because I think a lot of people overlook that, especially when I share numbers. And the numbers that I share with you guys, I couldn't have done that if I was an Emerald coach. I have to be a Star Diamond coach in order to make what I'm currently making. And I'm at a point in my business now where I'm actually losing money because my whole business, because I have to basically build more diamonds. So I'll explain all of that later, don't worry. So if you're at Emerald right now, if you're a brand new coach, I know there is about 5 new coaches that are on here, get yourself to Emerald next week and then start pushing to diamond by the end of April. Like, do it. Just tell yourself that you're going to do it and just do it. It's not hard. I don't want to hear anyone say that. I'm not good with excuses. So don't come to Kelsey or me. I know Kelsey doesn't deal with excuses either. So just do it. Like, if you want this business, why would you not? Right? Okay. So, I wanted, so how I kind of got to where I'm at today, I don't hit Success Club 10 ever, actually. I've hit Success Club 10 once out of the 2 years and 3 months that I've been a coach. I hit Success Club 5, absolutely, but I don't I'm not a strong person or a strong recruiter as Kelsey. Kelsey absolutely blows those numbers out of the park, but that's not me. And I think that's really important to know too. You have to know, and if you're a strong recruiter, and that doesn't mean that you settle for Success Club 5. That means you push yourself to keep going. I promise you, I push myself to try to get to 10 every single month, but it just doesn't happen for me. And I'm okay with that because as long as I'm hitting Success Club 5, I know I'm okay. And I know that I'm doing something right. I don't have, like Kelsey was saying, I don't have 300 personally sponsored coaches in my business. I just counted them all up. I have a total of 18 personally sponsored coaches running this business right now, or personally sponsored coaches in my downline. Out of those that are actively working the business, I would say I have about 7, or maybe even less, probably 5. Because you know how everyone says they're working their business and doesn't. But I just think that that's something that is, I wanted to, and Kelsey really wanted me to share that with you guys because what I've built isn't because of the numbers that I bring in. I focus on the coaches that say they want it and I match their level of consistency. So if I have a coach come in and say, they're ready to just go for it, I'm going with it. I'm going, for it with them. I'm showing them exactly how I do everything, how to sign up or how to get to Emerald. I'm pushing them for dates. And I work very closely with that coach, and we work one-on-one to how to achieve their goals and how to get them to diamond and then I teach the duplication process of, okay, now this is what you're going to have to start teaching your coaches. This is what you're going to have to do for your team. There was a point in my business last year where, actually, let me go back. One of the hardest things that you're going to do in this business, let me go back again. Once you guys get to diamond, you're going to have Kelsey ask you this one question. And who was it? Erica will be asking Kelsey to have her ask this question on tomorrow if you guys talk tomorrow. And I want you guys to think, what are you working for in your business? Are you working for rank or are you pushing for income? It doesn't matter which one you choose. You just have to choose the one that's right for you and for your family, because so many times since I've been a coach, which is just 2 years, not that long, I constantly hear people, I'll ask, people will reach out to me and say, how did I do it? How did I make 6 figures in whatever in 2 years? And I say, well, what are you working for? Are you working for income or are you working for rank? And they always say, well, I want the money. And then I say, okay, well, what are your goals? Their goals are all rank based. And I'm like, wait a second, you said you're pushing for income, but you want, star, diamond, whatever over here. Like, that seems kind of contradicts in itself, don't you think? And then they can't, draw that line between what they want and what they see. So one of the hardest things when you make that decision of what you want to push for, and guys, know that there's nothing wrong with whatever you push for. I pushed for income because I knew that that was going to change my family. But, I have coaches on my team that push, they're very rank driven and very rank motivated. So that's what they push for. And I help them get to that rank goal. That doesn't mean that, they're better, I'm better, or anything like that. It just means we have different goals. Everyone's different in this business. So after you ask that question or answer that question, I want you to understand that whatever you choose, there's going to be a really hard day, especially if you choose income. One of the hardest days you will ever have to deal with in your entire Beachbody business, if you choose you're pushing for income, is Thursdays. Why? Because that's when everyone rank advances, right? And that's when coaches that started the same exact day you did, maybe their goals rank advancement, or, they're pushing for rank advancement. And the same exact day you signed up, and they're, rank advancing their business so much faster than you, and you're still at this rank, you're still at diamond, and you can't get to star diamond, but, you're building it for income, and they're building it for rank. And that will be the hardest, single-handed, most hardest thing. And it gets even harder when your own coaches, are rank advancing faster than, or further than you, more better than you. It's really hard, and it makes you step back for a little bit to kind of like reevaluate yourself. Like, should I be pushing for rank? Like, should I be pushing for that goal? Should I be pushing for Premier Elite? And you have to pull yourself back, and you have to remember why you started this business, what you came in for. You have to remember that conversation that you had with your upline, whether you were pushing for rank and income. To be completely honest, because it paralyzed me a lot in the beginning, I would stay off the computer on Thursdays because it wasn't helping me. It was just derailing me. But with that being said, when you get to diamond and when you start to build your own team, the best thing that you can do is let your coaches that walk this business, let them go. Let them create their own teams. Let them run their own team calls. Let them do what they want, because in order to develop leaders, you have to let them lead, and you have to let them lead their team. I could have easily been derailed when one of my coaches, Kelsey's upline, you guys know Natalie, right? So I can stop saying that. Yeah. So Natalie Bailey is one of my coaches, Kelsey's upline. She, she's pushing she hit elite last year, and I'm so freaking excited for her. Like, there was nothing more heartwarming than her waking up. I think I cried with her, to be completely honest, because I saw how hard she pushed for it, and I saw how bad she wanted it, and she freaking did it, guys. I didn't hit elite. I didn't hit premier. Yeah, it was one of my goals, but I didn't do it. But that doesn't mean that because one of my coaches did it and I didn't, that doesn't mean that I'm not as good as her, or she's not as good as me. You have to keep your goals separate from other coaches in your team and your uplines. You have to. It will literally derail you, and it will make you want to quit the business. You'll lose your purpose as to why you're here. And then, what time is it? Okay, so I will go ahead and share with you my numbers. Just keep in mind that I did this with very limited coaches from very early on. My first year, I found really powerful coaches on my team. Hence Kelsey, you guys are actually part of my team. Oh, I just realized that. Oh God. So obviously Kelsey kills it. So I found, the power of duplication, coaches that wanted this business that saw, yeah, I was actually going to say that. I am like the grandmother. So awesome. So it does not take a million people in this business for your business to change. All it takes is one person. If you can find one person that wants this business so much more than you do, and I know how bad you want it, and I see how bad you want it because you're on this call. So if you can find someone just like you that sees the bigger picture and just gets it, you hold on to that person and you freaking nurture them and you run with them and you team up with them. You say, hey, I know I started a month earlier than you, but let's be success partners and let's freaking do this. Because that's what I did. I didn't have I didn't have secrets in my business. I had no idea what I was doing. I just kind of went with it, and that's all you can do. So I'm going to show you my numbers. I'll just show them. Here we go. You guys see that? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I hope so. Okay. So my first month of coaching, and this was actually because I signed up in January of 24 or January 20th. So I did the last 4 months of that to get the whole month. So I made a total of $140. That was literally just selling a few challenge packs, which I was freaking excited about. Like, so happy about that $140 because that was $140 that I could spend on groceries or that I could spend on going out to eat with my husband or something where I could put that money somewhere else. And so we weren't like struggling for money at the end of the month every month. My first full year of coaching, and this is monthly too. So I made a total of $3,587. Guys, give it a freaking year. Like, please give it a year and don't stop. Bust your ass every single day. Don't work or don't show up to your business 5 days a week. If you want income like this, show up 7 freaking days out of the year and see what happens. Because I promise you, I was like blindsided when I actually compared these numbers. I didn't know that I was growing this fast because my head was down. I showed up every single day and I just tried. I put effort into it. So officially 2 years into the business, which was this January, I broke $10,000 a month. Something I never in my entire life, like ever thought that was something that I would be able to do. I promise you, I have a college degree. I have a shit ton of student loan debt, guys, that I thought I was going to be paying off until I was like 85 years old. I promise you, from the bottom of my heart, I never thought that I would be able to or be where I'm at today if it wasn't for this company. I swear to God, if there is one thing you can do, it's show up to your business and just believe in your purpose and believe in yourself that you can do this. Like, you can change. I'm no one special. I'm from a small ass town in New Hampshire where, everyone's just blended in with each other. I did something really courageous. I stepped out of my comfort zone. I wanted to better myself. That's why I started this freaking company or business, is I wanted to get myself back into shape. And look at that, guys. That is what I did. And you know what's even cooler and even more exciting is you can do that, and you can do that a lot faster than I can. You can achieve that income monthly faster than I did. Like, do you hear what I'm saying? Like, you can do it. You just have to believe in yourself, and you have to share this business opportunity. If I held that from people on my Facebook page, like, that's selfish of me to not be able to share that. I was able to pay off $10,000 in my credit card debt. We're completely credit card debt free. Like, all of our credit cards. I'm not hiding anywhere from my husband. Like, 100% debt free from our credit cards. This year, And this is something that, it's why I work this business. I have a ton of student loan debt, over $100,000 in student loan debt. Guys, this year was the first year that I've been able to do additional payments to that student loan. And not only that, but I'm paying that freaking loan off this year. That's over a $30,000 loan. And it's not my husband's money. It's me. It's this business. This is all of me. We've been able to travel. If you only saw my schedule for the month of April, it is bananas. But because of this opportunity and because we've been able to sacrifice, the first year we had to give up going out to eat as much so that we could, save money and put that money towards our debt, because that was a really big freaking goal of ours. We, what was I just going to say? I totally just blanked. But, we're starting to talk about our future now, like what our house is going to look like, how we're going to possibly build our house. My biggest why right now in this business is my husband. He's given 10 years of his life to the military, and I've been following that since we've been together since high school. And he's getting out of the military next year, and he's so stressed about finding a corporate job. And literally, I might cry when I tell you guys this. Last week, when he's stressing out about going to, his corporate job, I told him he doesn't have to, because I got it covered. I got it. Like, my income from Beachbody is going to handle both of us. And that to me is like why I work this business, is because I can now give back to him. He has sacrificed so much of his life to give to the country, to give to me, and to support me. He never complained when he paid my student loan bills the first year I couldn't pay them. He took care of me. And so now I'm able to go and give back to him and support him. Guys, I will never stop sharing this business opportunity with people. And I've actually never shared that part of my why with other people. So I hope that you take something from this. I really freaking hope that you just believe in yourself, because this business can completely change your life. I was not the same girl that I am today. I promise you, I'm not the same girl. And you have to just believe so much in yourself that who cares what other people say? Who gives a shit? What are they going to do? Nothing. They're still going to be miserable no matter what, every single day. They can knock you down every single day. It's you that are making a positive change in your life. It's you that is creating the life for yourself. It's you that has this opportunity on a silver platter handed at you. So what are you going to do with it? Are you going to sit there and say it's hard? Are you going to say no one's talking to you? Are you not going to hit Success Club? Because I promise you, hitting Success Club is going to help you freaking move your business forward. That's why we stress Success Club, because we see it. We know what it does. And on that note, I made 6 figures in 2 years. And this year alone, we will be surpassing that 6 figure, or 100,000 just 1 year alone. We're on track to, at least. So that's the power of this freaking duplication, guys. I promise you, I never thought I would have that kind of money come in my way, ever. I thought I was going to be in debt for the rest of my life. Now that I'm all sweaty, my armpits are all sweating. Jesus. Does anyone have questions, or Kelsey, or anything?
I think that everybody's a little speechless right now, because, I know that I am. I've known your story. I've heard your story multiple times, but I think that was the first time that I really saw you, get really worked up over it. And it really touched me, because I think that I feel like I tell them all the time, every time I get on the phone with every single one of the girls on this team, and I say, you can do this. I truly mean it, guys. I truly mean it when I tell you, you can do this, and that this can change your life forever. And where my business isn't financially where Rachel's is, my life has changed just like that. We talked about this on the cruise, our free freaking cruise that we were sitting on 2 weeks ago. We talked about it together, just where we were and where we are now. And Rachel is proof that if you stick around and you try, I think that's the biggest thing, that you try, you show up every day and you just give it your all. you're going to see success. And my biggest thing that Rachel gave to me like tonight that I took away, and you guys can add to it, is that it's just doing it. It's just showing up. It's just doing this, not 3 days a week, not just feeling like you're going to invite 2 people a day. Like you have your to-do list. You know what you're supposed to do. Just do it. Just do it. Don't miss Success Club. Don't make this a I hate the word non-negotiable because Carl said it 700 times on the cruise, but make it a priority in your life that you're going to make this work, and it will work. It will work. So that was my little spiel, but you guys have Rachel, ask questions. Does anybody have anything they want to say, comment on, ask her how she did it? I mean, I know that Rachel's a very open book about this stuff. Don't be shy.
I will say too, so many people give up too before, if you ever heard of the momentum story, you put in all this work for 3 months and then people don't see the instant success that they expect to see, and they quit right before that success is about to go off. And I think your upline Kelsey is a perfect freaking example of that, because guys, she didn't see, she wasn't pulling in Success Club 20 plus every month that she was a coach. She was pulling in Success Club 10, and then, she could have easily, Kelsey, how long were you at Diamond for?
First off, my first year, I could barely hit Success Club 5, which is why it's pretty funny now. But I was not really hitting Success Club. I barely hit Success Club. It took a lot for me to get to 10 my first year. Second year, I made 10 a non-negotiable. This year, it's obviously you guys see my numbers, but that's a decision I made. But I hit Diamond in October, and I didn't hit 1 star for I think 10 months.
Guys, do you hear that? She was Diamond for 10 months. So many people quit right after that because people think I also should say this. When you hit Diamond, it's not going to rain success. You're not going to make $1 million. You're not going to make 6 figures. You're going to make you get a $4 increase, which doesn't sound like a lot to people. But when you're cycling 100 times, that's a $400 difference from Emerald to Diamond. So yeah, that makes a big difference. And that's the thing, is I see a lot of coaches hit Diamond, and the next month they're falling out of it because they just expected something I don't know, they expected to shit rainbows or something. I don't really know what they expected. And then they quit, and instead of just still showing up and going, and I'm like, oh my God, hand to the face. What are you doing? Keep going. Does anyone have any questions? Sorry, I'm so random with my sayings.
I think what she's trying to say about when it comes to shitting rainbows is that once you hit Diamond, like she mentioned earlier, that's step 1. And that's what I tell every single one of you that are on track for Diamond right now. That's step 1. And step 2 is helping your coaches see that that first milestone of success too. And then they help their coaches do it. And then they help their coaches do it. And that's how you create a successful organization, because you are building systems that are duplicatable. And remember, I wrote in our team page yesterday, I pride myself on this team because every single person that you guys bring in is somebody that is just equally as freaking awesome as you are. Because we have our heads in the right place, and all you got to do is just keep this trend going. Diamond is the beginning, but it's not the end. And I know that you guys have been on a lot of team calls lately where you've heard about people stressing the importance of this rank, and I don't want it to stress you out, but I want it to be on your goal board. I want it to be something that you're working toward. Like Rachel said, Emerald's first, but Diamond is the beginning for you. And it's oh, I know. Rachel's freaking amazing. She's incredible. But I don't know why I keep talking. You guys ask questions. Come on, guys. You have a 6-figure earner in this business on this call right now, and you have no questions for her.
go. So, hi, Rachel. I know we run our businesses, we're kind of similar in that aspect. What are some tips that you have for me or for the team, I guess, to kind of get over seeing everybody else like rank advanced and all of that while you're kind of, you're building for your goals? Does that make sense? Did I make sense, or am I just rambling?
No, yeah, it's really hard. And, Thursdays are like great days, but they can be really hard days too. So, it's payday. Like, payday is awesome. It's exciting. It's fun. But, it is hard to see other, let me back this up. We're always so grateful when we see other people, rank advancing. But the second that turns into negativity is when it can go downhill. And I don't ever want that to get to negativity. I don't want you guys to be judging other people's success based off of, your business, because you have to keep reminding yourself that you're running your own race. This is your business. You have to do what you're doing. So personally, I would dive into like a really good personal development book. Find something that's going to build you that self-confidence. And then if you have to, step away on Thursdays. If it derails you that much where you're just like, I can't, like, this paralyzes me and you're not doing anything, do your power hour, because you're not going to not skip your power hour just because it's Thursday. Do your power hour, and then, take the day off. Go sit on a beach, or go sit in, I don't know, where you live. Go sit somewhere peaceful. And, get in your own head. Bring a notebook. Write down your thoughts. Understand why it's paralyzing you. Because I think that's what I did. And I think that was a really big turning point for me in my business. I went to the beach, because I'm on the beach on Thursday, and I just wrote out how I felt, why I felt that way. And I got really in tune with my emotions and, kind of what was going on, what was the deeper thing. So, and obviously personal development really helps that. You Are a Badass. I know you probably already read that. I Am That Girl's really good. I'm trying to think of The Go-Giver is really good. I really like that one. But yeah, that's what I would do. I think someone else had a question. Someone else unmuted, maybe by mistake. You're welcome.
Anybody else have anything?
I do have a question. Hi.
Hi.
So you said you have 18 coaches under you, right?
Correct.
So are you more about like quality, not quantity, or how do you make that? Like, how do you have such kind of like a smaller team and then you're still successful, I guess, is
yeah. Kind of also, so I also want to point out too, so I have 18 personally sponsored coaches in my downline, but my total downline, so when you go into your online office and see like that left-hand column where it says your total downline, yes, discount coaches too. I just looked, I have 2,900. So that's the duplication I'm talking about. So what happens is none of it, and you guys might kill me for this, but I've never reached out to my coaches that have turned my business for me. They all have came to me. But that's because I'm constantly sharing the business opportunity to people, not to people, to Facebook. So once a month, or several times a month, I try to do once a week, I'm sharing constantly about the business, what it's done for me. Once every few months, I'll do an income post just because, and I obey by Beachbody's policies and procedures always. But I share that just not to brag about my income. I share that because people don't actually understand the potential that this business has. Now, when I first started as a coach, I didn't share that because I didn't have those kind of numbers, right? But when I was talking to people, I was talking about Keith Callahan. He's Liz Harkey's sponsor, and he was a millionaire in 4 years. So I just spoke to that. Or I spoke about my upline, Liz Harkey, how she was able to leave her corporate job. I'm very open about the business opportunity on my Facebook page. I'm constantly sharing that with people. And so the coaches that I have brought have seen that. And that's, with the power of, consistency, making sure you're constantly posting. Guys, I promise you, we don't tell you this stuff to annoy you. Like, there's a reason why we tell you all this stuff, because it actually works. But yeah, so the coaches that have come to me, I work very closely with them. And they took it and they ran with it. And then I don't stop just because they started. I'm still posting, I'm still sharing the opportunity. I'm still, putting myself out there for people to see. I don't put all my eggs in one basket. I don't trust that.
I think the thing that she did right, Josie, that is she is, like she said at the beginning of the call, she's not like a crazy strong recruiter, but what she does is she can produce really great leaders. So you guys notice whenever I tell you, like, schedule mentoring calls with me and things like that, like, that's what I'm trying to do. I see every single thing that every single one of you guys do in my downline, and I'm watching, not to be a creepy coach, just watching what you're doing, but I'm watching it because I can see who's really running with it, and I'm going to help that person get to where they want to go. And that's what Rachel has done. And Rachel not only did that with her coaches, she does that with her downline too. So she does that with me. She reaches out to me and she's like, hey, I see what your team's doing. Like, maybe you do this, or you should focus on this leg or something like that. And she helps me too. So she's a great leader. So she doesn't need like 27 coaches underneath of her, because she has created such strong powerhouses. And what did they say? All you need is 5-star diamonds and your life has changed forever underneath of you, no matter where they are in your organization.
Yeah. And I currently have 3. So I'm pushing for 2 more. Who's going to be that? Said Kelsey. She's going to be there. Actually, she's literally going to be there in no time. Guys, I freaking hope that you guys see how strong of a leader you have. I know, because this is the thing, like, she sees what you're doing. I see it all. So, like, the grandma's checking in. And, like, trust me, the grandma sees. And, like, I see who's hitting Success Club 10. I see who's rank advancing. Like, I look every single week, almost every single day, to see what people are doing. And, yeah, I forget where I was going with that. Oh, I know that she creates – sorry. I know that I see the time and energy and effort that she puts into you guys, and I know the stuff that she creates for you guys. And if you're not utilizing that, like, you're crazy, because I wish I created that stuff for my team. There's so much documents that Kelsey has created for you guys that she shares in the diamond pages that I take and I give them to my team. I'm like, look at what Kelsey Pate freaking did. Like, here you go. Learn from her. But you have to, like, utilize her stuff. Don't take this stuff for granted. She's literally given it all to you, how to be successful. So if you come to her and say you don't know why you're not successful, I'm going to come to you and say, well, have you done anything that she's asked? Like, it's not hard. Get that out of your head. It's not hard.
I just feel like I don't want you guys to think that, like, I'm like, schedule calls with me because I'm crazy. I just really, really like seeing people succeed. It's more fun to me. And I guess I actually get this from Rachel. Like, I honestly do. Rachel, you've taught me this, is that I know that if I invest my time into my leaders, then it's so rewarding to me to see it all pay off for you guys. Like, that's what it is, creating powerhouses. So when I see, like Rachel said, she sees it all. She's Grandma Rachel. Like, she texts me and says, like, hey, Erica's at Success Club 16 this month. Josie's at 10. Rebecca's at 12. Like, what are you doing differently with these? Like, I can tell them, like, what you guys are doing. And it's awesome to me. And then I'm on calls with them every week. You know what I mean? So it's so satisfying to me to watch your guys' businesses grow. So, but I got that from her. Like, she told me that if I just really work one-on-one with my rock stars, and all of you are on this call for a reason, I give every single person, I start every single person's process the exact same way, same call, and we go from there. some people keep staying with me and they schedule weekly calls with me, and those are the people that are moving very fast. I mean, that's just the way it is. So, and they schedule weekly calls and they get more of my time because they ask for it. Like, I don't chase. And then that's what Rachel told me too. Don't chase. I'm not going to chase people because you guys have to want it for yourself. But that's one thing Rachel does very well, is she's created very strong coaches. I mean, you guys see Natalie. Natalie's 6-star qualifying, like 7-star combined, and God will be like 15-star at the end of the year. Who knows? I mean, she's crazy. She's great. But that's what she does. She created a powerhouse. She doesn't need 30 coaches. Melanie asked Rachel, what brought both of you to go from I can't do this to knowing you could? What helped you realize it?
Honestly, just getting out of my own head made me realize it, because I would see my coaches, you know, achieve more success for me in the beginning. And I wasn't doing that at first. Like, I didn't hit Success Club consistently every single month when I first started. It took me until October of 2014 to start hitting Success Club consistently. So there came a point in October and I was kind of just like, enough is enough. There is no reason why I can't do this. There's no reason why. My goal last year, or that year, was to be a Success Club All-Star. That was my only focus. And I said, there's no reason why I can't do this. And I busted my ass every single day. I showed up and I just did it. Like, I messaged people. I invited people into my challenge groups. I was constantly sharing the business opportunities on my Facebook page so people could see. I was creating, you know, friendships, forming people. I was doing all of the basics, but I wasn't just doing, you know, the bare minimum of the basics. If you're not, you know, reaching your goals, it's because, like Kelsey said, it's because you're not talking to enough people. If your main goal is to, if you guys are not at Success Club right now and your goal is to talk to 3 people, like, what are you doing? Get out there and talk to someone until you get a response back. And freaking don't stop until you get that Success Club locked in, because that's what's going to change your business. Yeah, so diving into personal development, reading a lot of books that kind of gave me that push I needed. Darren Hardy's one of my favorite mentors. The Compound Effect, if you haven't read that book, that was the first book I read that completely gave me like the start I needed to hear. I've read a ton of personal development books in 2 years. So constantly reading good books. I don't really remember. Oh, the 10 times rule. If anyone has not read that, definitely get that. That book is like, if you need a good kick in the ass, that book will give you the kick in the ass. Yes. And it has the activities. I bought it on Audible, so I can't do the activities, but I'm buying the book and I'm going to reread it so I can do the activities in the back after each chapter. That book is a really good book to kind of give you a kick in the ass. And, you know, ask yourself why you're telling yourself you can't do it. Like, because there's something else that's holding you back. You know, what's actually holding you back? Are you scared? Is it fear? Are you afraid of what people will think? And then when you kind of figure out what those are, go to your upline, go to Kelsey and say, hey, like, this is what's going on. How do I get over this? Or come to me. Guys, I'm not like a scary monster. You can message me. I'll talk to you. But yeah, that's what I would recommend. Diving deep into personal development, figuring out what it is exactly that is making you say you can't, and then having the steps to get to that point of where you're going to say I can. Literally, a lot of it's just dropping your excuses and wanting it bad enough. Maybe your why is not reevaluating your why. Your why might not be as strong as you think it is. I promise you, when I talk about my why, I get emotional and I don't give up because of that why. Go ahead, Kelsey.
Good answer. Good answer. All right. We can take one more question. And I know this one's going a little bit longer than they usually go, but we'll do one more question. Then if no one has one, then we will sign off. I think, yeah, I mean, Rachel, that was amazing. I know that everybody got a lot out of this call. I'm sure that they can all agree with me on that. I mean, it's literally just a believing in yourself that you can do it and then just going after it. That's all this business is. And everything she said about making herself believe that she could do it, it's literally, I guess for me, it was just a decision, you know, and I know that was the same way for her. And that's just a decision you have to make. Are you going to make a decision tonight to get off this call if you're not at Success Club and not work your ass off to get to Success Club tonight? Everything you do in this business is a decision. Are you going to make a decision tomorrow to skip your power hour, to not message people, to not post on social media? Are you going to make a decision to show up and help somebody today or tomorrow? Are you going to make a decision to go out of the gate on April 1st and do what you have to do to grow your business? Are you going to make a decision to rank advance? Are you going to make a decision to help your coaches rank advance? Are you going to make a decision to present this business opportunity? It's all a decision. Say yes. Believe in yourself. Every single one of you on this call are capable of this. And thank you so much, Rachel, for freaking telling them and being here and like really like bring it back to me too, because I needed to hear a lot of that. And we have a lot of awesome stuff happening on this team. And like Rachel said, you guys send her a friend request. And if you ever have questions for her, she's part of our family. So message her if you have questions and anything that you guys, I'm sure she's very willing to talk to anybody. So, yeah, just do it, guys. Just do it. Next week, we are going to be hearing from our very own Erica. I know I can't see her face right now, but as you guys know, she fast-tracked to Diamond. So I asked her to speak on our team call on how she did it. And if you guys want to know how she did it, great grandma. If you want to know how she did it, you're going to want to be on the call next week. I'm going to give her the floor and let her take it away. So yeah, Erica next week. And until then, I wanted to also throw in there, I've added 2 slots to my QD scheduler. I know that a lot of you guys can't do daytime calls. So on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I put in a 7:30 and an 8 o'clock Eastern time. And just doing it those days, but everything else is the same. So if you need mastermind calls, we're going to be doing 30-minute calls from here on out. I can't go over that because I have so many of you guys wanting to talk, and I love you all, but my schedule is being full of calls now, and I love that, but I need to keep them a little bit shorter. So if you guys want to schedule a call with me, you have my scheduler do that. I'm super excited to talk to all of you. Kick ass, finish this month strong. We're going into April on fire, and I'm super excited for all of you. So thank you again, Rachel, so much, and I will see you guys all next week. Bye.